Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Chapter 29. Explanation of devotional service by Lord Kapila. Devahuti Uvacha. Lakshanam Mahadadinam Prakrite Purushasya cha Swarupam Lakshate Misham Yena Tat Paramarthikam Yatha Sankeshu Kathitam Yanmulam Tat Prachakshate Bhakti Yogasya Me Margam Bruhi Vistarasha Prabho.
Translation. Devahuti inquired, My dear Lord, you have already very scientifically described the symptoms of the total material nature and the characteristics of the spirit according to the Sankhya system of philosophy. Now I shall request you to explain the path of devotional service, which is the ultimate end of all philosophical systems. Hare Krishna.
Virago yena purusho Bhagavan sarvato bhave Achakshva jiva lokasya Vividha mama sansriti.
Translation. Devahuti continued, My dear Lord, please also describe in detail, both for me and for people in general, the continual process of birth and death. For by hearing of such calamities, we may become detached from the activities of this material world. Hare Krishna.
She says nice thing, she's right. An intelligent man will become detached when he explains about all this. But our ignorance is so abysmal that we will never get detached. Why I am saying this? A nurse or a doctor every day checking the patients, all in horrible condition, even they don't become detached. Isn't it? But too many diseases, they are every day they are seeing. Even they are not becoming detached. See how bad our position is. I used to tell some of my friends, rich friends, not some of ordinary friends. I said, occasionally you visit hospital, go to the general ward, don't go to a special ward. One leg was hung up like this, somebody like this, somebody like this. So take an occasional trip, all your ahankara will come down. But then he told me, Sir, what about those doctors and nurses are not, they are continuing enjoying life. After finishing that, they simply change the coat, white coat, and get into the old salwar kameez, go into the Chaubara Sheraton. How about that? They are in animal consciousness. We cannot retrieve them. Because I see you to be reasonably human platform, I am suggesting this to you. It's a fact. That's why she says, you explain the calamities of birth and death so that these guys may develop vairaga. Unless you become disgusted. What was the word? Nirvinna. She started her sloka like this. Nirvinna nitaram bhuman asad indriya tarshanat ena sambhavyamanena prapannandham tamaprabhu. She said, I am extremely disgusted of my life around. So, now she says, you explain all those things so that people in general can develop that कालस्य ईश्वररूपस्य
कालेश्वरस्वरूपस्य
परेषां च परस्य ते
परेषां च परस्य ते
स्वरूपं बत कुर्वन्ति
स्वरूपं बत कुर्वन्ति
यथेतो कुशलं जना
यदेतो कुशलं जना.
Translation. Please also describe eternal time, which is a representation of your form, and by whose influence people in general engage in the performance of pious activities. Hare Krishna.
लोकस्य मिथ्याभिमतेरचक्षुषः
लोकस्य मिथ्याभिमतेरचक्षुषः
चिरं प्रसुप्तस्य तमस्य नाश्रये
चिरं प्रसुप्तस्य तस्मस्य नाश्रये
श्रान्तस्य कर्मस्वनुविद्धया धिया
शान्तस्य कर्मस्वनुविद्धया धिया
त्वमाविरासि किल योगभास्करः
त्वमाविरासि किल योग भास्करः. Translation. My dear Lord, you are just like the sun, for you illuminate the darkness of the conditional life of the living entities, because their eyes of knowledge are not open. They are sleeping eternally in that darkness without your shelter, and therefore they are falsely engaged by the actions and reactions of their material activities, and they appear to be very fatigued. Hare Krishna.
इति मातुर्वचश्लक्ष्णम्
इति मातुर्वचश्लक्ष्णम्
प्रतिनन्द्य महामुनि
प्रतिनन्द्य महामुनि
आबभाषे कुरु श्रेष्ठ
आबभाषे कुरु श्रेष्ठ
प्रीतस्तां करुणार्दितः
प्रीतस्तां करुणार्दितः.
Translation. Sri Maitreya said, O best among the Kurus, the great sage Kapila, moved by great compassion and pleased by the words of his glorious mother, spoke as follows. Hare Krishna.
Bhakti yogo bhaguvidho
Bhakti yogo bahuvidho
margai bhamini bhavyate
margair bhamini bhavyate
svabhava guna margena
svabhava guna margena
pumsam bhavo vibhidyate.
pumsam bhavo vibhidyate. Translation. Lord Kapila, the personality of Godhead, replied, O noble lady, there are multifarious paths of devotional service in terms of the different qualities of the executor. Hare Krishna.
So he will explain now. Abhisandhaya yo hinsam
Abhisandhaya yo himsam
dambham matsaryam eva va
dambam matsaryam eva va
samrambhi binna drigbhavam
samrambhi binna drigbhavam
mayi kuryat satamasaha.
mai kuryat satamasaha.
Translation. Devotional service executed by a person who is envious, proud, violent, and angry, and who is a separatist, is considered to be in the mode of darkness. Hare Krishna.
So many people complain. You say so and so is your devotee disciple, but that person I saw very envious of other devotees. And he is very proud that he thinks he is a big devotee. And he gets angry and he can't tolerate other devotees rising up. So what about that? Then he says, that devotee, although devotee in dress, he is in the devotion services in the mode of ignorance. He is tamasic devotee, but devotee. Then, Vishayana
Vishayanabhisandhaya
Yasha Aishwaryameva va
Yasha Aishwaryameva va
Achadau Archayedyoma
Archadav Archayedyoma
Prithakbhavasa Rajasaha.
Prithakbhavasa Rajasaha. Translation. The worship of deities in the temple by a separatist with a motive for material enjoyment, fame and opulence is devotion in the mode of passion. Hare Krishna.
Maybe a devotee in the temple doing all the archana etc. But he is a separatist, means prithak bhavaha. Why? Because through temple he would like to achieve some opulence. name fame. All devotees will come and bow down to him, like that. So he says that is fame and opulence. This devotion is in the mode of passion, rajasic. Then karma nirharam uddishya.
Karma nirharam uddishya.
Parasmin vata darpanam.
Parasmin vata darpanam.
Yajet yashtavyamiti va.
Yajet yashtavyamiti va.
Pritak bhava sa satvikaha.
Pritak bhava sa satvikaha.
Translation: When a devotee worships the Supreme Personality of Godhead and offers the results of his activities in order to free himself from the inabilities of fruitive activities, his devotion is in the mode of goodness. Hare Krishna.
That is also material mode. See, here you see the devotee Supreme Personality offers result of his activities in order to free himself from the inabilities of reaction. To escape reaction he is offering. So that is also goodness, but it's in the material mode. I've said many times, Sattva, Rajaha, Tamaha. 3 types of material nature. Sattva, Rajaha and Tamaha. Goodness, passion and ignorance. It is just like in an Indian scenario, you are going by train. Tamaha is like unreserved second class compartment. Rajaha is non-AC first class. Sattvaha is AC 2-tier. So what is the difference these 3 classes? When the train halts at a junction, the AC 2-tier will exactly, that bogie will come opposite the restaurant. So you quickly go down, eat comfortably and come back. Whereas the second class, he literally runs from there, sweating and eating quickly the hot food. Again he goes back. This is the only facility. But when the train becomes 8 hours late, AC 2-tier also will be 8 hours late, isn't it? Similarly, whether you are a Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya or Shudra, all traveling by train, 8 hours delay. Who will go quickly to the destination? Who flies? That is Vaishnava. Nirguna platform. These are all the 4 castes based on 3 modes of material nature. So Brahmana may be comparatively better than others originally, just like AC 2-tier is comparatively comfortable, as I said, all these amenities. Otherwise, even then, it is still he is traveling by train. So the topmost is to transcend these 3. So these devotional service, maximum devotees are on these 3 platforms only. Today, wherever you go. Maximum is tamasic, very angry, violent. Among the devotees they fight, they are envious of each other, subsame shouting. You see? And some are only, because they realize they are not realizing anything, God consciousness. So they try to capture power in all spiritual institutions. They want to catch the position and develop relationship with businessmen, knock out money to increase the temple property, take it in his own name. That is going on. So all these things are going on. See, he has explained this 5,000 years back. All this will happen, he explained when? 5,000 years back. Now we practically were observing. Now after all these 3, devotional service in the 3 modes of nature, now he is explaining what is the transcendental devotional service. Madguna Shruti Matrena
Madguna Shruti Matrena
Mayi Sarva Guhashaye
Mahi Sarva Guhashaye
Manogatira Vichinna
Manogatira Vichinna
Yata Gangamba Sombudhau
Yata Gangamba Sombudhau
Lakshanam Bhakti Yogasya
Lakshanam Bhakti Yogasya
Nirgunasya Udhahrita
Nirgunasya Hudagritam
Ahaitukya Vyavahita
Ahaitukya Vyavahita
Ya Bhakti Purushottame
Ya Bhakti Purushottame. Translation: The manifestation of unadulterated devotional service is exhibited when one's mind is at once attracted to hearing the transcendental name and qualities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is residing in everyone's heart. Just as the water of the Ganges flows naturally down toward the ocean, such devotional ecstasy, uninterrupted by any material condition, flows towards the Supreme Lord. Hare Krishna.
See, this devotional devotee would be put into many dangers, the preachers of Krishna consciousness. But he doesn't stir from the path. He continues his activity of pleasing the Lord. Whatever the condition may be. Conditions will come, different types of conditions. Sometimes the condition will be comfortable. He is joyfully preaching. Sometimes it will be even risk for his life. Even then, he doesn't give up. For example, this in the Kali Yuga, start of Kali Yuga, the 500 years back, Krishna came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Balarama came as Nityananda Prabhu. So he told Nityananda Prabhu to preach. So he was preaching in Bengal. At that time, two Brahmana degraded. They were drinking with the brass pot. So he chanting Hare Krishna, he said, Hari Bolo Bhai. Hari Bolo. Then with that brass pot, he hit him on the forehead. The blood oozed. So what will be your reaction? At least to run away, if not fight back. No, he immediately caught hold of his foot. I said, one time please Hari Bolo Bhai, ek bar bolo. This is preacher. No complaints. You are complaining means you are cheating. If a devotee is complaining about other devotees means he is cheating. He is not devotee. He is, as I said many times, when people endeavor to become devotee, what they do is they are eager to project themselves as devotees rather than actually becoming devotee. That's why you will see they will quickly accept the external symbols. By just taking this cloth, you will all, I can cheat all of you, isn't it? By taking this saffron cloth, you don't become a sannyasi. Internal transformation to take place. That person alone can really do transcendental devotional service. Mad guna shruti matrena. Simply hearing about Krishna, Narasimhadeva did this for Prahlada. Vamanavatar, Lord Vishnu, after he saw that this Mahabali gave the entire universe to him, he said, I'll go down. He pushed him down to hell. He said, I'll be your doorkeeper. Okay? I'll be your doorkeeper. He saved Prahlada, Narasimhadeva. When you hear all this, tad guna shruti martrena, mai sarva guhashaye, lakshanam bhakti yogasya, nirgunasya. Earlier what we heard? In the mode of goodness, the mode of passion, the mode of ignorance. Now what is this? Nirguna. What is the qualification? Ahaituki, avahita. What is that? Avyavahita. Ahaituki means it should not have any material motive when you go to the temple. Generally we have. I remember, I can recall about 30 years back, I was going to Tirupati, some 3-4 Saturdays. And I found a film star coming there. So I thought, very nice, this guy has become an actor. So I asked his assistant. He said, no, okay, when he makes a picture, he brings the negative can, puts in front of Balaji. He says, if it runs 100 days, I'll put 5% in the hundi. And if 50 days, I'll put only 2%. That means he's taking a deal with Balaji. Selfish motive is there. This is not a haituki. It should be a haituki. There's a hetu, motive. Similarly, avyavahita. It's not that you will do puja Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Not like that. All 7 days. Just like I always give this example, when a child is born, infant, if the mother says, 2 days old child, I will be child conscious 10 hours a day, child will finish. Mother has to be 24 hours child conscious. Avyavahita. Ahaituki. And what is that bhakti? Purushottame. Somebody says, I'm Shivji ka bhakta hai, Ganesh ji ka. That's all right, that's all good. But here the instruction is Purushottama. Who says that? Krishna himself says in the Gita, Mamevam asammudaha janati purushottamam. Asammudaha means alert, unbewildered. Janati purushottamam, sas sarvavid. He is the knower of everything. Who is the Sarvagya, Sarvavid, who knows everything in this world? One who recognizes Krishna as the Purushottama, Supreme Person. Sarvavid bhajati mam. He worships me. Sarva bhavena. Wholeheartedly Bharata. Everything is available. We don't we are not ready to take to it. And simply complain that I have got this problem, I got that problem, I am going to this temple. When you are young, you should train yourself on all this. Otherwise, when you are in trouble, you will talk to somebody, your friends, and they are as ignorant as you are. So they will say, I'll suggest you one thing, you go to Prabhadevi, Siddhi Vinayak temple. So he will go and stand in that queue, Tuesday, Prabhadevi, Siddhi Vinayak temple. Then after a month he will say, problem is still not solved. It's still not solved? Okay, you can do it. Why don't you go to Shirdi, Sai Baba? That's a good suggestion. Go to Shirdi. Then 2 months later, he says, still not solved. Still not solved? Okay, then Prabhadevi gone. Why don't you go to Vaishnava Devi? Say, another Devi available. No. Here he says, Purushottame. You are Purusha, find out who is the Supreme Person. Uttama Purusha. Do that. Very clear, no? There is no doubt here. There cannot be doubt. If you still have doubt, means you are very low position. Salokya sashti samipya.
Salokya shashti samipya.
Sarupyaikatvam apyuta.
Sarupyaikatvam apyuta.
Diyamanam na grinnanti.
Diyamanam na grinnanti.
Vinamat sevanam jana.
Vinamat sevanam jana.
Translation: a pure devotee does not accept any kind of liberation. Salokya, Sashti, Samipya, Sarupya, or Ekatva, even though they are offered by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Hare Krishna.
That is, what is explained here is, when we are all trying for liberation from bondage. So there are 5 types of liberation. One is, we go from the reverse, Ekatvam. Ekatvam means merging with God. The second is Sarupyam. You will get the same form like God. 4 hands, all that. And then Samipyam. You can become confidential assistant of the Lord in Vaikuntha. That liberation also He can give you. Sarishti means you can have all the variety of opulences that Lord has in Vaikuntha. That also He can give. Salokyam, you can stay with Him in the Vaikuntha itself. All these 5 types of liberations are possible. But he says, this comes automatically to a devotee. He is offering, but devotee does not accept any of this. He says, only give me seva. Whether I am here, in Vaikuntha or hell, I don't mind, I will stay anywhere. Please don't deprive me of service to you. That is why when Narsingadev appeared from the pillar, that Prahlad Maharaj was standing, small boy, and Lord said, you ask anything of me, I can give you. I am the Supreme Lord. Then he says, no. Drishta maya vibho akhila dishnapanam ayuhu shriyam vibhavaha ichchati yanjanoyam ye asmat pituhu kupita hasa vijrimbrita bhru vispurjitena lulitaha satetena rastaha. Means, he says, normally people here of this material world aspire for. What are they aspire for? Akhila dishyapanam ayuhu. The lifespan like the Lord Indra. Or shriyaha, opulence in heaven. Atava vibhavaha, power and prowess. So the boy says, my dear Lord, when I was, even earlier than 3 or 4 years old, when I used to see sun, very powerful, moon, very powerful, Indra, very powerful. But asmat pituhu kupita hasa vijrambita bhru. When my father, Hiranyakashipu, used to laugh at, sun, moon and all, the gaffasa, like that, they were shivering in their dhoti. Then what I can ask from you? My father was controlling the whole universe, and if you are going to kill him, then I get the whole universe, father's property. which all of you will give to your sons. Same thing he's talking. You could have been happy with this. He said, no, I don't want all this. Because I've seen. At the most, suns and moons, and we have tried everything. So what do you want? Evam janam nipatitam. Like a person falling down where prabhava ahi kupa. Ahi means serpent, kupa means well. In the village, the neglected wells, there won't be water. Only scorpion and snake stay there. So this material world is like ahi kupa. So I was falling down life after life. Evam janam nipatitam prabhava hi kupe. Why you are falling down like this? Kama abhikamam. Enjoy more and more here. Why you developed that desire? Why couldn't you not rectify yourself? Prasangat. Because I was always a Rotarian member, Lions Club member, association with them. I learnt all that, golf playing, Las Vegas going every weekend. All this. Prasangat. At that time, from that well, I was getting trapped. One gentleman walking along there, around that well. So when he heard me cries, he lent his hand, support, and took me out. And then embraced me and made me his disciple. Then he would tell me, leaving his service, why should I come to your service? He's asking God a question. It will be difficult for God to answer. Very difficult. You will say, why? I'm God. You can give his service, come to me. No. Tava bhritya sevam. He is your devotee. He is your servant. Your servant is doing a noble job like this. A rotten fellow like me, millions of lifetime rotting in this corridor of Maya. And he has taken me out and embraced me. And I am trying to serve him, who has achieved that position by serving you, giving his service, giving up his service. Why should I come to you? God has no answer. Left him. Hare Krishna.
Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare